February 11th UPI, the 2019 NFL Draft is a few months away and the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. UPI has you prepared with a mock draft, predicting the first round. The 2019 NFL Draft begins at 9 p.m. Thursday, April 25th, and ends Saturday, April 27th, in Nashville, Tennessee. Rounds 2 and 3 will take place April 26th. Rounds 4 through 7 will take place April 27th. New coach Kliff Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock with the number 1 overall pick after a 3-13 campaign in 2018. Jon Gruden's Oakland Raiders have a league-high 3 picks in the first round. The Green Bay Packers have 2 picks in the first round. The New England Patriots hold the last pick in the first round after beating the Los Angeles Rams, pick No. 31, in Super Bowl 53. The New Orleans Saints, Washington Redskins, Chicago Bears, and Dallas Cowboys do not have picks in the first round. UPI 2019 NFL Mock Draft 1. Arizona Cardinals related top prospect Kyler Murray picks NFL over MLB Nick Bosa, DL. Ohio State. The Buckeyes junior defender comes from a long lineage of NFL talent, with brother Joey Bosa still dominating for the Los Angeles Chargers. Bosa missed the majority of the 2018 college football season after sustaining a core muscle injury in Week 3. He sat out for the rest of the Buckeyes games to rehab and prepare for the draft. The 6'4", 263-pound prospect brings game record value to an Arizona Cardinals defense that most likely will be on the field a lot in 2019, due to a young offensive core led by second-year quarterback Josh Rosen. Related. Lil Wayne signs Georgia NFL draft prospect. A young money agency. Bosa, 21, had 34 tackles, 16 tackles for a loss and 8.5 sacks during his sophomore campaign for the Buckeyes. He piled up 14 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss and 4 sacks in just 3 games this season. He was named the Big Ten Smith-Brown Defensive Lineman of the Year for his 2017 efforts. He was also All-Big Ten Conference during his last full season. To San Francisco 49ers. Josh Allen, edge, Kentucky. Unlike Bosa, Allen never missed a game during his 4-year tenure at Kentucky. The 6'5", 230-pound team captain led the Wildcats with 88 tackles and 13 starts in his final season. He also had 7 quarterback hurries, 4 passes defensed and 2 fumble recoveries. Allen led the SEC with 17 sacks, 21.5 tackles for a loss and 5 forced fumbles this season. The Kentucky linebacker also was unlike Bosa because he shot up draft boards during his 2018 campaign, while the Ohio State linebacker has long been projected as an early first-round pick. Allen was showered with awards for being the best defensive player in college football last season, and he should prove to be a fixture in the 49ers' defense for years to come due to his durability in production. Allen's versatility and elite size, speed and explosiveness make him an ideal option for a 49ers team looking to build itself into a contender for years to come. 3. Jacksonville Jaguars via trade with New York Jets. Dwayne Haskins, QB, Ohio State. The Jaguars are likely moving on from Blake Bortles and obviously need better production from the quarterback position. That could mean going after a veteran like Nick Foles, Eli Manning or Teddy Bridgewater. It also could mean they opt to draft and groom a rookie gunslinger. If the Jaguars want the top-rated passing prospect in the draft, they likely will need to move up in the order via trade. But they might have some competition. Jacksonville currently sits with the No. 7 pick in the draft order, behind the Oakland Raiders and New York Giants, who also could be looking at the position. Several other teams in the draft also could trade up to select a gunslinger. With the 49ers and Cardinals unlikely to draft a quarterback, the Jaguars might trade with the New York Jets, who also won't draft a quarterback this high, to snag Haskins. Haskins was a Heisman Trophy finalist in 2018 and the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. He completed 70% of his passes for 4,831 yards, 50 touchdowns and 8 interceptions in his first full season as a starter during his sophomore campaign. He draws an NFL player comparison to Drew Bledsoe in his NFL.com scouting profile and is known for a big arm. Haskins should fit in well with the Jaguars as the team attempts to restructure its stagnant offense. 4. Oakland Raiders Rashawn Gary, DL, Michigan. Gary has been well known for a long time as he was the top-rated recruit in the class of 2017. The 6'4", 280-pound defensive lineman was a disruptive force during his 3 seasons in Ann Arbor, racking up 58 tackles, 11.5 tackles for a loss and 5.5 sacks in 13 games during his sophomore campaign. He had 38 tackles, 6.8 tackles for a loss and 3.5 sacks during his final season, when he appeared in 9 games, while limited by a shoulder injury. The Raiders are in dire need of talent all around, but definitely can use some help getting to the quarterback. Gary fits a need but also has great talent. He should be the pick here if he is available. 5. Tampa Bay Buccaneers Quinnen Williams, DL, Alabama. Alabama's Quinnen Williams might not stand out physically, but he makes up for it with his awareness and leverage along the defensive line. The 6'3", 295-pound defensive tackle had 71 tackles, 19.5 tackle for a loss and 8 sacks during his sophomore campaign for the Crimson Tide, before opting to move to the next level. This Buccaneers need to build from the inside out if they want to compete in an increasingly tough NFC South. Drafting Williams is a way to do that. 6. New York Giants Drew Lock, QB, Missouri. If the Giants miss out on Haskins, they should take a look at Lock. The Missouri quarterback could benefit from a year under Eli Manning, if he doesn't work himself into the starting lineup before the end of the season, if drafted by the Giants. The 6'3", 228-pound quarterback has prototypical size for the NFL level. He also has drawn comparisons to Detroit Lions quarterback Matthew Stafford. While Locke has some things to work on accuracy-wise, he has shown an ability to get the ball out quickly and scan through his progressions. Locke seems to be one of the most NFL-ready prospects in the draft in terms of his ability to read defenses. 7. New York Jets via trade with Jacksonville Jaguars Jonah Williams, OT, Alabama. Don't expect new Jets coach Adam Gase to make a splash during his first draft with the franchise. The Jets should look to improve their offensive line on day one, and Williams is a great option to protect quarterback Sam Darnold. The 6'5", 297-pound tackle should slide in nicely for the Jets' offense, as he is known for being fundamentally sound and showed improvement in each season at Alabama. 8. Detroit Lions Clelin Ferrell, Clemson. Ferrell was a first-team All-American in his sophomore season for the Tigers and went on to win the Ted Hendricks Award in his final season, piling up 53 tackles, 19.5 tackles for a loss, 11.5 sacks, 4 passes defensed and 3 forced fumbles in 15 starts. The long-armed disruptor would be a nice fit for defensive-minded head coach Matt Patricia in his second season. He also fills a need at edge rusher for the Lions. 9. Buffalo Bills Jawan Taylor, T. Florida. The Bills are another team that needs an offensive lineman to protect the young quarterback. Taylor fits that hole for the AFC East franchise. The 6'5", 334-pound tackle brings a ton of size to the position, but is also known for his physical footwork to gain ground on defensive linemen. 10. Denver Broncos Devin White, LB, LSU. White showed an improved level of production in each of his 3 seasons with the Tigers. He had 123 tackles, 12 tackles for a loss, 6 passes defensed, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles and 2 fumble recoveries in 13 games last season. The All-American defender would fit in nicely with the Broncos and is rated the top linebacker in the draft by many analysts. He should be gone before pick no. 11. As the Cincinnati Bengals also have a need at linebacker. 11. Cincinnati Bengals Cody Ford, T. Oklahoma. If the Bengals miss out on White, they could opt to address another need, their offensive line. The 6'4", 337-pound tackle also would bring some size to the Bengals' offensive line. Ford might be raw, but has tremendous upside, which is something the Bengals could use at guard and tackle. 12 Green Bay Packers Montez Sweat, OLB, Mississippi State 13. Miami Dolphins Kyler Murray, QB, Oklahoma. With Ryan Tannehill likely nearing the end of his tenure with the Dolphins, the AFC East squad could opt to make a splash and take Murray with the No. 13 overall pick if he still is available. The first-round MLB draft pick and 2018 Heisman Trophy winner obviously brings plenty of athleticism to the table, but he also brings some risk. While Murray's eye-popping quickness and ability to raise his game in clutch situations is boast-worthy, he is severely undersized for the quarterback position. Murray has been compared to Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, and the Dolphins' quarterback needs would be fulfilled for the foreseeable future if he came anywhere close to Wilson's career production. Expect the Dolphins to take the risk and gamble on the special talent at No. 14 Atlanta Falcons at Oliver, DT, Houston 15. Washington Redskins Greedy Williams, CB, LSU 16. Carolina Panthers Jachai Polite, Florida 17. Cleveland Browns Andre Dillard, T, Washington State 18. Minnesota Vikings Christian Wilkins, DT, Clemson 19. Tennessee Titans DK Metcalf, WR, Mississippi. Metcalf could be the first wide receiver off of the board at number 19 when the Titans are on the clock. The Rebels' pass catcher stands at 6'4" and has the ability to take the top off of a defense with his high-end speed. While he does need a little honing on his route running, he would look great opposite Corey Davis in the Titans' passing game. 20 Pittsburgh Steelers DeAndre Baker, CB, Georgia 21. Seattle Seahawks Jalen Ferguson, Edge, Louisiana Tech 22. Baltimore Ravens Jonathan Abram, S, Mississippi State 23. Houston Texans TJ Hawkinson, Tay, Iowa 24. Oakland Raiders Nasir Adderley, S, Delaware 25. Philadelphia Eagles Dexter Lawrence, DL, Clemson 26. Indianapolis Colts Marquise Brown, WR, Oklahoma. The Colts are another team with a need at wide receiver, and Brown might be a steal if he is available at No. 26. The Sooners wide receiver piled up 1,318 yards and 10 scores on 75 receptions, while catching passes from Murray last season. While a bit undersized at 5'10", 160 pounds, Brown's elite speed would be a terrifying sight for opposing defenses already dealing with Burner, T.Y. Hilton. Brown would immediately make the Colts offense more dynamic and provide another weapon for possible MVP candidate Andrew Luck. 27 Oakland Raiders Trayvon Mullen, CB, Clemson 28. Los Angeles Chargers Devin Bush, LB, Michigan 29. Kansas City Chiefs Byron Murphy, CB, Washington 30. Green Bay Packers Greg Little, T, Mississippi 31. Los Angeles Rams Draymond Jones, DL, Ohio State 32. New England Patriots Kelvin Harmon, WR, NC State.